A man described as a serial armed robber in D.C. was sentenced to almost 2 decades in prison. And among more than a dozen of his victims is the ANC for the Fairlawn community in Southeast. Our Felicia Ashley was in court today for that sentencing, and she's joining us live now. Felicia, you heard emotional statements from victims about a man officials are calling a danger to society.
That's right, and they described in court what it was like just to be walking down the street in their neighborhood a regular day. One man broke down as he described what it was like to have a gun put in his face, over his coat, and what he calls some chump change. Now, a lot of people in this neighborhood that showed up to the courthouse to testify, or rather to share their victim statements, said that some of them had to move, and they're traumatized by this every day. Screams like this ripped through the Fairlawn community for months.
Mr. Crocker violated my sense of security, my sense of safety.
Tom Donohue was on his way to the corner store.
He pulled a gun to my face and demanded me to give him my phone, my wallet, my money.
25-year-old David Crocker did this to nearly 12 victims for months. Take a look at this video, catching him nearly 16 times.
Walking down the street with his hand in a bag attached to a gun, and if anybody would walk out onto the sidewalk, he'd pull it on him.
Crocker pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 18 years in prison. Prosecutors say he got a good deal because he likely would have been indicted on the other armed robberies. Yet prosecutors decided to drop 13 of them.
It wasn't until I sat down and started to realize that this was coming to an end.
Now, we are still working to find out why the U.S. Attorney's Office decided to not go for those other 13 charges, especially in the court documents said they were confident that he would have been held accountable for them. We're also trying to get more clarity on some information that we saw in his sentencing documents, so we're going to keep working on this story and we'll bring you the follow-up. But for now, we are reporting live from the Fairlawn neighborhood. Felicia Ashley, 7 News.